What's up, YouTube? It's Trilla Manila. It is day 32 on 100 Days of Code and on the road to code. So today's topic is JavaScript behavior driven development, aka BDD. But today we also learn about code quality, which BDD is part of that as well. But as well as BDD in the code quality, we learned about just the styles, which I talked about yesterday, and also comments and how to comment correctly. The comments was actually pretty detailed on how to comment. Basically, you don't want to comment self-explanatory comments first of all, and if it's too difficult that you can't even understand it, you should probably just rewrite the code, is the rule of thumb. That seems to be what I learned. So yeah, what the comment should show though is the architecture and the function usage. That's basically the most important part. You should be able to tell what your code means just by reading it and not having to figure it out unless it is like functions or has something to do with architecture, and basically just look at it from a bird's eye point of view is what they're trying to say here. And besides just the code styles, we learned about behavior driven development, which is just the development process of finding the errors before you have to debug them from the final product. And so basically what the steps are in behavior driven development, the example that we were given in javascript.info was an example of a description and in the spec. The example is creating a spec, and it says describe parentheses pow for power, and then function parentheses, and then curly braces, variable it, and then in the parameters we have raises to the nth power, comma, function parentheses curly braces, and then the assert dot equal function here, and then parentheses is pow, and then what the variables are, which is 2, comma 3, close parentheses, and then 8 equals, meaning that it equals 8, and then semicolon there, closing out the brackets. And there's basically 3 parts within that example, which is basically describe, it, and assert, which were the 3 main points that we see in the code there and have their own line. And well, the first part, the describe, is the functionality we're describing. And then this example, it is describing the function power, which is the title, and the function, the title of the function, which is power. And then the next part below that, where the variable is it, and the title of it, we in a human readable way describe the particular use case, and the second argument is a function that tests it. And what tests it is the next command is assert.equal, and then parentheses power 2, comma 3 equals 8. And if it's right, then it executes with no errors. But if it's wrong, it's not going to be able to execute. And then what we were also given an example of is the flow of development for behavior-driven development. And these are the examples here of the steps. Step 1, an initial spec is written with tests for the most basic functionality. 2, an initial implementation is created. 3, to check whether it works, we run the testing framework Mocha, which is a library, a JavaScript library that runs the spec. Errors are displayed. We make corrections until everything works. Step 4, now we have a working initial implementation with test. In step 5, we add more use cases to the spec, probably not yet supported by the implementations. Tests start to fail. Then step 6, go to step 3, update the implementations till tests give no errors. So it's pretty much just rinse and repeat, because step 7 is repeat the steps 3 through 6 till the functionality is ready. And from there, it is literally just rinsing and repeating, but using 3 different JavaScript libraries, which is Mocha, Chai, and Cinnamon. So yeah, those 3 libraries will help you get those 3 commands working, and the debugging, well, you're not debugging, just fixing errors in development to work. And that was today's lesson on day 32. Road to Code, 100 Days of Code Challenge. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. Also follow my blog at trillamanila.com and Twitter at trillamanila. And this is your host signing out.
Trilla Manila!